This is our second video for Chapter 8. This is Chapter 8, Section 2, Areas of Polygons. What you'll learn in this video is to compose and decompose polygons to solve problems involving area. And remember, the length of a perpendicular segment from a vertex to the base opposite of that vertex is the height of a triangle. Also remember, a polygon is a closed shape with 3 or more sides. In this video, you have 2 terms you need to define in your notebook. Be sure to label it as terms or vocabulary, number your definitions, and then write the definitions from the video when you see them. The terms for this video are compose and decompose. Now let's try to find the area of this polygon. So we're going to look at making the shape simpler to deal with, kind of like we did with the complex figures in the previous section. So let's say Carl drew this diagram of a deck he's going to build. What is the area of his deck? So we know the easiest way to find the area of this shape is to cut it into other shapes that we already know. So we'll need to find an area of the triangle at the top and then the square at the bottom. So the deck is the shape of a pentagon. So you think of the pentagon as a triangle and a square that share an edge. Here. To find the area of the deck, we have to find the sum of the areas of the square and the triangle, just like we did with the complex figures. So our formula is, this formula for the square is the base times the height, or we also would have called this length times width, but it's the same thing when you're talking about a square. And then a triangle is the area is the half of the base times the height. So the square will be 12 times 12, and 12 times 12 is 144. And then the triangle will be half times 10.4 times 12, which is 62.4. So then we need to add those two together. So 144 plus 62.4 is 206.4. So the total area is 206.4 square feet. So our correct answer is B. Pause the video and try this quick check in your notebook. Be sure to label the section as either quick checks or exercises, number your work, show all your formulas, and show all of your calculations. For our use in geometry, to compose means to join together. To decompose means to take apart. So composing and decomposing figures into simpler shapes can sometimes help you find the total area of the polygon. So to look at what the parts of those words mean, the prefix D means to do or to make the opposite of. So compose is to join, and decompose is to do the opposite or to take apart. Think of to compose a piece of music means that you're taking all of these individual notes and putting them together to make a piece of music. And decompose is when something falls apart after it's died. Think of when you see trees rotting in the woods, or, the roadkill on the side of the street. It starts to fall apart. So decompose just means to come apart. Compose means to put together. Now let's look at an example of composing a polygon to find the area. Say Haley drew a diagram of the 2 sections of her garden. She wants to find the total area of her garden. First, we need to compose the 2 polygons into one rectangle. So once we put the shapes together, we can add the 2 amounts together. So we're going to find the new area of the new rectangle. So A equals B times H, because we're just doing the area of a rectangle, so base times height, or length times width, of the new shape. So 10 plus 8, because we have 10 plus 8 for our side times 8 for our height. So 10 plus 8 times 8. 18 times 8. 18 times 8 is 144. So the total area of Haley's garden is 144 square yards. Pause the video and do this quick check in your notebook. Be sure to number the problem, show all your work, and please redraw your new polygon to show what your shape will be that you're calculating the area for. Now let's try an example doing the opposite. Rather than taking individual polygons and composing them into one shape, we're going to decompose a polygon to find the area, so breaking it into smaller pieces. So say we want to find the area of this polygon. First, we're going to decompose the polygon into 2 rectangles and a triangle. And we know to find the area of a rectangle is going to be the base times the height, or the length times the width, and the area of a triangle is half of the base times the height. So the area of the small rectangle is 2 times 3, or 6. The area of the large rectangle is 4 times 5, or 20. The area of the triangle is half of 5 times 3, or 7.5. Then if we add them all together, 6 plus 20 plus 7 plus 5 is 33.5. So the total area is 33.5 inches square. Pause the video and do this quick check in your notebook. Be sure to number your problem, show all of your formulas, and show all of your calculations. And be sure to give me a grand total area for the shape. Now it's time to check your understanding. Be sure to label this as check your understanding in your notebook, number all of your questions, and show any and all work. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.